Envision a mountain shrouded in mist, where the earth's restless heart beats beneath a cloak of ancient pines, whispering warnings to those who dare listen. It's May 18th, 1980, and Mount St. Helens, a sleeping giant in Washington's Cascade Range, awakens with a fury that rends the sky and reshapes the land in a cataclysm of fire and ash. This is the eruption of Mount St. Helens, 45 years ago, a saga where nature's pent-up wrath exploded in a symphony of destruction, painting the heavens black and etching a scar upon the world that still pulses with raw, untamed power. The mountain, a sentinel of 40,000 years, had slumbered peacefully, its snow-capped peak a beacon for hikers and dreamers amid the lush forests of the Pacific Northwest. But in March, the giant stirred earthquakes rumbled like distant thunder, swelling the north flank into a bulge of molten rage, a pregnant belly ready to birth chaos. Scientists, drawn like moths to a flame, swarmed the slopes, their instruments humming with the mountain's secrets. David Johnston, 30, a volcanologist perched on Coldwater Ridge, 6 miles away, watched the beast's breath, his voice crackling over radio. This is it, as the end neared. At 8:32 in the morning, the world shattered. A 5.1 earthquake cracked the mountain's spine, unleashing a landslide of 1 billion tons of rock and ice, roaring down at 200 miles an hour like a tidal wave from hell. The bulge burst, venting a lateral blast hotter than 1,000 degrees, a hurricane of superheated gas and debris that flattened 230 square miles of forest, snapping 200,000 trees like matchsticks. The sky darkened as if night had devoured day, ash billowing 50,000 feet high, a colossal plume blotting the sun and raining grit across 11 states. Spirit Lake, a jewel nestled at the base, vanished in moments, its waters displaced in a tsunami that hurled boats and cabins skyward, only to bury them under 300 feet of mud and rubble. 57 souls perished in the blast's embrace, loggers like Jerry Martin, 42, vaporized in his truck, campers swallowed by the avalanche. Johnston, his last words, a radio cry before the wave engulfed him. The mountain's roar echoed 100 miles, a primal scream that shook Spokane's windows and filled hearts with awe and terror. Ash fell like gray snow, choking rivers and turning day to twilight in Yakima, 100 miles east, where 10,000 residents fled in panic, their cars skidding through inches of dust. The Columbia River clogged with logs and silt, a floating graveyard of shattered trees spanning 500 miles to the Pacific. Mount St. Helens lost 1,300 feet of height, its summit a gaping crater spewing lava and gas for days, per U.S. Geological Survey logs. Wildlife vanished, 200 elk, 4,000 deer, 5 million fish entombed in mudslides that reshaped valleys like a god's furious hand. Yet from the devastation, life clawed back. Pockets of survival mice burrowed deep, seeds shielded in snow-sparked rebirth, per ecologist Charlie Crisafulli's 1980 studies. The blast zone, 230 square miles of desolation, bloomed anew, lupines and fireweed, painting the gray with defiant color by 1985. Scientists marveled, their instruments capturing the mountain's aftershocks, a reminder of nature's unbridled might. 45 years ago, 1980's eruption of Mount St. Helens was the awakening of primal fury one mountain. 57 lives, a landscape reborn from ashes. From Johnston's final cry to the river's choked sorrow, It's a story of nature's savage beauty, etched in lava, dust, and the Cascade's enduring whisper.